Hello and welcome everybody, and thank you for joining me into my next Black Desert Online Ranger Guide. My name is Wilky, and today we're going to talk about the updated skill build, because there have been quite a few changes since I made my latest Ranger video, and I'm not actively playing Ranger at the moment, but I can still give you quite a bit of advice regarding that, especially after the latest patch that hit us on Friday, that is one day ago. We basically received, I guess you could call that quite a huge buff, especially for the people who rolled Ranger from the beginning or very early into the game, when we still had a basically different type of skill build rolling. But without talking too much, let's just go right in and make use of the system that allows us to buy 3 skill resets every day from loyalties. So as you can see, I have 172 skill points left already, because something I will show you soon. Let's pop this. So in total I have 796 skill points. So the reason why you saw me having 172 skill points left over is because they changed in the latest patch that the basic attack will now be leveled up automatically as soon as your character levels up. I unfortunately cannot tell you what the stages are at which the character will get this upgraded version, but what I can tell you is that you don't have to spend skill points anymore, and that is, at least for me, very, 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 very good news, because I was the one of the rangers that started early on when getting bow skill was pretty much mandatory, because it wasn't nerfed back then. Now it was kind of questionable whether or not to get it, but now you ought to learn this. This allows for, at least for me, since I had these quite a few skill points dunked into that skill, allows for a lot more openly used skill points. So we're just gonna go right into Dagger of Protection. Don't take it. Moving Shot, rank 1 is fine enough. This is really to pull mobs or something. I don't really see the reason to rank it up. The damage is meh. The accuracy is not gonna help. Like, the buff is not really worth any of the skill points. Evasion is an auto learn. Charging Wind, I don't think this skill is really useful, to be honest, so I wouldn't take it. Now, Charging Wind, this one is pretty obvious. Now, Ultimate Charging Wind, I am not exactly sure if they have changed any of the scalings on SP Charging Wind. The problem is that I haven't tested it yet, so I cannot give you a clear answer on whether or not SP Charging Wind has been fixed or not. The problem was, pre-Ranger nerf, this version, the SP Charging Wind, dealt more damage than the Ultimate Charging Wind. After they nerfed Ranger, this one has apparently higher negative or like decrease in PvP than it should have. So actually, the Ultimate Charging Wind was dealing more damage than this one. I can't really tell you if this is true or not, but since we basically get free skill resets now, just test it yourself, really. Get a friend into the arena, smack him in the face with 20, 30 shotguns in a row, or just count how many shotguns you need to kill them, or how much damage you do on average, then get the SP version, repeat the same thing, and you have your answer. Since they haven't said anything in the patch notes, I'd still assume that the Ultimate version is better than the SP version, but I cannot safely say that, so please, please, please check that out yourself. Spend those 2 loyalties or however many you need to get those free skill resets and get a clear answer for yourself. This will help you a lot in the long run of Black Desert if you make use of that system now for every class you're playing. Just buy them, test your skill build, test your skills, test whatever combination you wanted to test in the past but you didn't feel like spending the money on it. Now is the perfect time to do so. Since this is a PvE alt for me right now, I'm definitely gonna take it. Crescent Kick, I like it for the fanciness, so I usually take the first one. You don't have to if you don't use that skill. Razor Wind has to get to 3 for a certain passive. Now we're gonna start Floating, Pinpointing, Gusty. I like that skill. Crossing Wind, nope. Pinpoint, I like to keep it at 1. Charging kick, I like to get the first one to trigger flow, call from sky. And I simply like the skill because it has a knockback and can be useful in certain occasions. Ultimate evasive shot, this one's a no-brainer. Now, this one is where it becomes a bit tricky. In the past, this skill was basically used to just move around and farm. Since they then nerfed the damage it's dealing, it kinda has lost a lot of its prowess. But in the latest patch, they actually gave... The tooltip is still wrong, but they gave us an iframe on this skill if it's not on cooldown. So that would actually make sense to rank it up. Keep in mind though, that the cooldown is a lot higher than it was. The cooldown was like 6, 5, 4 seconds or something. Now it's 15, 14, 12 seconds. So that means you can get an iframe every 12 seconds. It's an iframe. It's a good start. I'm not exactly sure how effective it's gonna be in PvP. Plus, you still have to deal with higher MP cost, but 60 MP, I think that is worth an iframe, since you get to use it 3 seconds or like earlier if you have the base version. Definitely take this one though. And like I said again, test it out. There's no reason to not test it. Now for these ones, I don't really think any of those are like useful. I'm not exactly sure if that skill is any good. I don't think so, to be honest. About riding the wind, I'm not sure if we still have the iframe in this motion, since they haven't patched it or haven't written about it in the patch notes. I'd assume this one is not an iframe anymore, so I still think this is a bad skill, because you can do the same with ultimate evasive in midair, which basically transports you faster and further. But if you like the fanciness of this skill, I'm gonna show you something real quick, I guess. I'm just gonna sink those skill points into and show you that at the end. But back to the skill build first off. What we're gonna take now is Tearing Arrow, at least 1, Blasting Gust 3, obviously, Will of the Wind. Did they actually upgrade Will of the Wind one further? No. I'm just mistaking it for something. Penetrating Wind, probably one of my favorite skills. Oh, wow, they gave it a new icon. Fancy, fancy, fancy. And I think they gave it a hard cooldown, which kinda means that the prowess of Ranger and Sieges will be a bit less, because they cannot freely spam Ultimate Descending Current anymore, which is good and bad, I guess. Now on to the HP passives. And Call from Earth. Now I have quite a few skill points left, actually. I still have to fix some passives, which this is the reason why you should take Razor Wind 3, because this passive is really good. Crossing Wind, not my thing. Air Explosion Shot, never, never, never take this. This is a very bad skill. There is our Jump iframe. Wings of Freedom, nope. And we need this one. No, we need this one. Yeah. We need this one for Penetrating Wind cancels. And this is my personal choice. You don't have to do it, but I like to use Blasting Gust this way. So definitely a take if you use it. And the rest is pretty much optional if you ask me. The rest is pretty much optional. I don't think there's much nah, not really. not really. I think this is pretty much about it for the skill build. Now you can see I have 125 skill points left, due to the fact that this one doesn't take any skill points anymore, which comes in handy quite good. I guess I could max this one. Could I actually max it? Yeah, I could. Fancy, fancy Ultimate Razor Wind. And yeah, I don't really have anything to put skill points into. As weird as that sounds. I guess I could upgrade Tearing Arrow. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep it that way. Just a quick example of what I wanted to show you, right? Since I was talking about riding the wind, basically what you do is you can do this now. So if you jump backwards and you press space, you can jump left or right. You can also jump left with the... Oops. You can also jump left with the evasive shot and then basically go the same direction, or you can go left, right, right, left, whatever you want. And... Alright, go. Also, what you can see now is that if you jump, you can use this skill without ultimate evasive shot. Evasive explosive shot, they have these names. So you can do these funny jumps, but like I said, all you basically have to do is do this one. And how you do this one, I guess, where is it? There is it. I think most people know this by now. This is kinda... I don't even know what this exactly is. Like this jump here. You can pretty much see what I'm pressing, right? You just basically jump and hold your left mouse button. And why I think this is better than this one here, with the exception that you have to use this shot, is that let's compare the distance, right? Let's start here. Gonna go left and left again to see how far I can go. Damn it. This is where we're gonna land. And if we're gonna go this, we're gonna land not a lot further, but a bit further. The thing is, you can basically do now a triple jump by exactly executing that. No, you have to do it this way actually. Right. So you cannot use this flip if you use the shot in midair. So what you have to do is jump, flip, shoot, and then use that. So you can actually pull off a quite long air combo now, and this could be something like, let's see, I want to confuse my enemy, so I'm gonna jump, jump, shoot, or whatever, or jump, jump, shoot, and jump again. Also, you can turn the camera, so you can jump, jump, shoot, turn. Oops, that was actually bad. Jump, shoot, shoot. So you can see it actually opens a lot of combinations, which can be good, don't have to be good. I still don't think this is really a big deal because it consumes so much stamina. But if you really want to cover some distance, this can be quite a good thing. And you can also do this now, which, in case you didn't know, that same deal here. If you jump and you hold these keys, you can do this without the without wasting your cooldown, and the same applies to this air evasive shot. So you basically have to jump, press left click, and you can do these jumps. These are a couple tricks. I'm pretty sure most people have known this by now, but I just throw it in there according to the skill build. So once again, I'll make the skill build in the skill calc as well. This is pretty much what mine's gonna look like. This one is purely optional. So if you don't like, whoops, where did it go? If you don't like this skill, then don't max it. Just go for this one. The rest is pretty much self-explanatory and pretty much mandatory, obviously, except Razor Wind. This is a purely PvE skill. Very handy for boss fights. So if you like it for boss fights, it's a very relaxing skill to use. And yeah, why the hell not? Anyways, hopefully this will help you guys with Future Ranger after the change. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And I'll gladly answer any information regarding that. Hopefully, see you guys the next time.